I've been a steelworker for 16 years. I'm a third-generation miner working in the Elk Valley coal fields. I'm not a union boss. I'm a lineman by trade, so I work with my hands. I see a lot of negative stuff about unions on social media these days. So I've left my union local to go up to Copper Mountain to help educate other miners on what a union really is. I'm also the Occupational Health and Safety Chair for our local union, elected by my peers. I'm not afraid to stand up for my co-workers. I'm not afraid of getting fired or being replaced by a contractor or a robot. In a union, we all have power. Hello, Copper Mountain. Steve Callies here. Today I've got a crash course on union membership and how to get involved. Now there's a mountain of information on labor studies and history to do with labor. We're not going to be going through that today. Today I want to give you the cliff notes on what being a part of a union is actually about. Make no mistake, your employer does not want you to form a union because that will give workers more power. More power for you means less power for the mine manager. Managers and their subordinates will do anything to convince you otherwise. All of a sudden, you're valuable team members. Meanwhile, they'll start rumors, they'll intimidate workers, they'll hold captive audience meetings on how evil unions are. They'll probably call them quarterly meetings. Phone every employee to beg forgiveness. Mail letters to your spouse and even illegally threaten to close the mine, all in an attempt to discourage you from unionization. But let's get started and fill you in on what they don't want you to know. First and foremost, voting for a union means you take control over your own health and safety. Look at the letter Strickland just sent you. Talks about how, for a medium-sized mine, you're doing great. They're monitoring the dust. Seems to me that you have a dust problem, Mr. Strickland. The steelworkers pride themselves. In fact, it's our main priority in any site is health and safety. Because if you have dust, like you have at Copper Mountain, with a union, you'll be able to force the company to act on issues like this, instead of just giving you lip service. I know there's some good work already being done by the Occupational Health and Safety Committee, but with a union, no more variances without consent. No more shift changes unless you agree. No more concessions on overtime, sick days, family days, or the rest of it. With a union contract, nothing can be changed without negotiating with workers. That's not to say if the company was really in financial trouble, you couldn't renegotiate terms to save your jobs. But it would be your decision, not the company's. Not the steelworkers, you would be in control. So here's how it works. You sign a union card and it goes to a vote. If successful, you will be recognized by law and elect your own bargaining committee. No union dues will be paid until you negotiate your first union contract. That cannot be broken. The full Steelworkers International team will be there to assist you in getting your first contract. Whatever wages, retirement package, and benefits you choose will be voted on by all of you. Once a legal contract is in place, 1.45% of your income, which is tax deductible, goes to union dues. And where does it go? Half stays with your local union. Members get to vote on whatever they want to do with that money. The other half goes to the International for things like the Strike and Defense Fund, just in the rare chance that we actually need that. Some goes to legal, so that we can take our employer to court if necessary. The Education Department takes your elected officers and fills them with information on how to best defend you on the work site. WCB advocates, bargaining education, research on market conditions so that you can get the best contract possible. The list goes on and on. It gives you the ability to face your employer on a legal, level playing field. The company won't be able to unilaterally take away your stuff, like sick days, family days, double time, to name a few. No more bullshit promises they take away on a whim so they can throw money away on other drilling projects like up in Houston to make more money at your expense. Just a legally binding collective agreement where you know exactly what you're getting, when you're getting it, proper job postings, no favoritism, no nepotism, guaranteed. The union isn't a magic wand, but it gives you more power than you have right now. So just to recap, your employer will do anything to convince you not to join a union. If you vote in a union, you will get a legally binding contract. You'll be backed by other steelworker locals and be supported by the International to guide you through the decisions you make about your future. So think about it, folks. Sign a union card now. Contact us for more information. Let's get this to a vote.